So Meetup is born out of 9/11 here in New York City. I was on the roof of my apartment building, saw the towers go down, and so many of my neighbors were on the roof of the building too, and it was basically the first time I had talked to so many of my neighbors. And so the idea for Meetup was born out of this question, which is how do you get more people to talk to their neighbors, and how do you use the internet to get people off the internet? Everyone has these things in their life that they really wish they were doing more of. This isn't about like, I just want to find more friends or something. It's about saying, what is it in your life that you really want to do more of? And how can those other people in that city of yours, how do you find them so that you can hook up with them and support each other and learn from each other and mentor each other and all that good stuff. And that's how lives get changed.
When Meetup got started, you couldn't find people that wanted to go back into tech. This is 2002, 2003, the bubble had burst, and people were running away from technology as fast as they possibly could. And so there just weren't a lot of people around to collaborate with. Now there's so many people around, there are people excited about it, and there's a real new level of tolerance for risk here in New York in particular that I think is just creating a much more positive culture and climate where you can actually start a company.
I mean, a lot of people say like, oh, to be close to industry, to be close to Madison Avenue, to be close to Wall Street. Honestly, I think that's bullshit. The most interesting New York companies have nothing to do with benefiting from being next to Wall Street or Madison Avenue. The thing about New York is a place where people are bumping into each other, they're colliding. We're stuck together on these islands, and the Kickstarters, the Etsy's, the folks like that, we're building real technologies that really connect people in a way where it's like we're not afraid for people to bump into each other and collide and bringing the humanity back to humanity. We're making apps that are about inventing the future of cities.
Don't do something because you think it will be a good business. Do something because it is a problem that you feel needs to be solved in the world. Because that is going to power you through the dark days and the hard days that lie ahead of you. If you just think it's a good business, then if there's any indications that it's not the business that you thought it was, you'll be tempted to bail. If you're obsessed with fixing a problem, there's something you want to solve in the world, the business part will figure itself out, and the solving of that problem will power you through those tough days.
I can't go to a conference without somebody pulling me aside and saying, oh, you work for Meetup? Meetup changed my life. And every single conference I go to, somebody will say this to me. They'll say, Meetup changed my life. I got this job as a result of being able to do that, or I never would have learned how to code, and now I've got a job as a programmer doing this thing I never dreamed possible. Or people saying it changed their life by virtue of getting support they needed.
I mean, you could watch YouTube videos to the end of time and no one's gonna listen to you. You can tweet into the darkness and no one's really listening to you. But when you show up at a meetup, because there's something really important in your life, in your career or your health or your creative part of yourself, and you get to actually like connect with people where you hear them and they hear you and you're actually helping each other, that's one of the best things in the world, and that's what we make.